and welcome to this walkthrough on how to deploy your custom skill to a UI action. Now, for those who might be newer to the ServiceNow ecosystem, a UI action is essentially a button, which you can find both on a list view, so it can appear up here, or if you actually go into a form itself, you can also present buttons or UI actions there. So you can see some examples at the top here with create security incident and evaluate completeness of a plan. So we'll be creating a custom generative AI skill and having it be triggered by users using this mechanism. The use case which we'll be walking through today is that of a knowledge-based categorizer wherein we pass in a particular knowledge article and then we assign it a category that's kind of accurate to the contents of that knowledge article. So just to show you what this looks like, we can see that we got the category down here. Now, in this instance, we need to make sure, first of all, that we're working on a prompt that's not been finalized, and we go through and click on skill settings. We then go to deployment settings, and down here you have the option of deployment mechanisms. And today, since we're doing UI actions, we're going to open this one up. And then we are prompted to provide a table name. So typically this will be the table name where you want this button to appear. So if we go back to an example record, this is on the incident table. If we're doing some sort of generative AI functionality using the incident record, it's likely that we want to pass in the not incident table. Now, if we return to our custom skill and go to the prompt editor, you can see that we have a skill input type of a knowledge article because this is what we're actually categorizing. So I'm actually going to go back to skill settings and deploy this onto the KB and then click create UI action. You'll notice that we now have a link to the UI action, and then we'll see that we have a new UI action record created. Now earlier I mentioned it can be deployed to a list. It can be show up on just a form within a workspace. All the options down here are pretty much saying where you want to have it deployed. So you can select as many or as few as you want for this particular UI action. The text that you see on that UI action, so what the user actually sees, such as in this example, evaluate completeness of plan, that is dictated by what is in the name field. And if we scroll down, all this is already created out of the box for you with a condition basically checking to see was the custom skill activated within Now sysadmin console. If it is, then the UI action will show up. Down here is the script that automatically gets generated, and if you want to do anything with your skill, it's likely that you will have to do some scripting, because just out of the box, if we follow along what's within the script, we see that we pass in that particular input payload from whatever knowledge article we're working with. Now this section here is where we're creating the request object, where we pass in both the capability and skill config ID, which just points the script to where our actual skill is hosted and make sure that we call the right one. We then construct the payload just using the inputs. And then if we go down here, this is where we actually execute the response. And then all we do with that response out of the box is just display it to that user in an info message. Now, 99% of the time, you probably want to do a little bit more with the output of the LLM. You might want to have it be displayed in a field or automatically update something. Well, in our scenario, I'll show you one that I created earlier, where because from this custom skill that we created, we get this category. And what we want to do is actually replace the current category of that knowledge article with the one provided by the LLM. So we're going to do that via script. So we know that this, for example, the category returned is that of operating systems. We want to get that output from the LLM, put it in this variable here called model output. We then essentially evaluate to say, hey, if we actually got a response from the LLM, we want to go and find that relevant record within the category table. And then we want to go ahead and update that category within the record. So current refers to the current knowledge article, and then we replace that category field with whatever the value was returned from the LLM. We then also place an info message just to the user to let them know, okay, the category of the records of this number was updated from whatever the original category was and updated to whatever the output from the LLM was. So this was all custom code that I had to write out. So if you are working with the UI action, do take some time to figure out what you want to do, and then also just kind of, you can Google it, you can find answers on community. We actually have the use case library available on community as well, with some example scripts that you can use to actually take the output from the LLM and do something with it beyond just displaying it to the user. Now to return back to our skill, if we're happy with what we've done within the UI action, all you have to do is click save and then publish the skill. From there, you need to make sure that you go to Analysis Admin Console, Analysis Skills, find where your custom skill was deployed to. In our case, we've already activated one, so we can click on that just to see what the process looks like. And you'll see when activating a custom skill that has been deployed as a UI action, you have the option to either turn it on and off here in terms of how if the UI action should be displayed or not. You can also select particular user roles who should have access to that custom skill, and you can dictate that in here. But if not, you click save and continue, and then done. And now if we go to a knowledge article, you'll see that we have our UI action available here. And in this scenario, it doesn't have a category, so we're going to click Knowledge Base Categorizer. And then we can see in this scenario, we actually didn't get a matching category, primarily because we only gave it IT articles, but we displayed the error message to the user. If we go back into the list, let's find one where we don't have a category for it. And because we've actually displayed the UI action on this record as well, we can just click as many as we want and then do the list option. And again, we see, for example, this one didn't have a category and then changed from null, which means nothing, to operating systems. For the other two, because there are no matching categories, we displayed that error message. So that's just best practices to have these error messages available, just in case, in this scenario, the LM said, no, these knowledge articles, we don't have a matching category in the system for them. So we displayed that. So that's a walkthrough of deploying to a UI action. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.